Hello, my name is Amy Bergstrom, and I serve as the Program Director for the Master of Education degree program. I want to thank you for taking time to work with our students and for agreeing to be a part of the St. Scholastica community and the Master of Education degree program. I just want to take a few minutes of your time to go over some real basic components of our program, give you a little bit of general sense, idea of who we are as a college, who we are as a graduate online program. For some of you who are return faculty members teaching for us, some of this may be repeats, but for those of you who are new, thank you for agreeing to work with us. And hopefully this will help you get started in our program and working with our students on a positive note. So here's a picture just sharing our beautiful Tower Hall, which is sort of our anchoring point here at the Duluth campus. And we're, of course, a Benedictine college founded in 1912. The School of Education is accredited by a national accreditor, which is CAPE, which is the Council of Accrediting Educator Preparator Programs. And the Master of Education degree program is ranked by U.S. News and World Report as a top online graduate program. We do take pride in that ranking, and also do so because it does matter to our students. A lot of our students comment on that when they're applying into our program. So we like faculty to be aware of it. We do take a lot of pride in that ranking, and we work hard to keep that ranking intact. So the college is guided by our Benedictine values, which you see here on the left side of the screen. And we like to draw on those values in different ways throughout the course of the program, and of course model those values in the context of our teaching in hopes that our students will, of course, model these values in the professional setting that they belong to. The program has adopted what's known as professional dispositions, which are very common in the field of education. And the three that we have agreed upon as a faculty are collaborative, inclusive, and professional. And we like to really look at how we provide opportunities for our students to be collaborative, to be inclusive learners and educators, and also opportunities to be professional. And so things like the discussion board, obviously is a way for students to exhibit professionalism and inclusivity, and other types of ways in which we ask them throughout the course of the program, but also in each course. So we just wanted to share those with you as sort of guiding frameworks that we use within our program. Our Master of Education program offers 5 elective options for our students, all of which are graduate certificates, except for the bottom one, which is professional studies. And that's designed for students that might be interested, for example, in taking sort of a kaleidoscope of courses to earn their elective credits, and they may want to focus on several different areas. It's also used for students that transfer in credits from perhaps another institution. The reason why we like faculty to be aware of this is because you may be teaching a course in the certificate, and you may have students that are either full Master of Ed degree students or that are simply earning a certificate. So we do have a combination of both. But I do want to be clear that the certificate can be a standalone option or is a part of the full MED program. So you may have a combination of students, some that are certificate only and some that are earning the full MED program. So just a really sort of quick overview, if you will, of the program. So delivery expectations. So one of the important things to remember, so of course, obviously this is a 100% online program, and we do prescribe to what's commonly referred to as a common look and feel of our Blackboard templates. So all of our MED courses have a common look and feel. Students get used to that. They appreciate it, that they're not learning sort of a new way of doing things every time they open up a new course. We also scaffold our curriculum, so we do not open all the lessons at the onset, and this is really an important point, and especially if you're new teaching for us. So we open our lessons one at a time. We do not let students sort of open them up and work ahead. Oftentimes you'll get a request from a student, I'm going to be out of town, I want to work through lessons 3, 4, and 5. Our curriculum really is not designed in a way to do that, and so we really hope that we really ask that you prescribe to the model that we've designed, and it's mostly in the sense of really scaffolding new ideas, and we also are not a sort of work at your own pace program. We really believe in the value of community and collaboration, and both teacher and student presence in our delivery. The focus of our curriculum, as you may know, is primarily for the K-12 practitioner. We do have students that are outside of that K-12 setting, but are interested in our curriculum to enhance or develop their professional skills in whatever work setting that they belong to. I mentioned earlier that we do carry our national accreditation, which is important to students who might be joining us from states other than Minnesota. So there are states that only will recognize, for teachers in particular, a master's degree that is accredited by a national accreditor. So if those questions do pop up, for example, from students, we are accredited by CAPE. So one of the taglines that we use here in School of Education, primarily in regards to our online Master of Education program, is that online is our delivery, but you're not learning alone. So we use a lot of things like Zoom, which is the tool I'm using now, VoiceThread, leverage your teaching presence through the use of announcements. We really believe in the whole ideas and around social presence and teacher presence, and how that really works to engage students primarily in the online environment. I'm just going to go back to the social and teacher presence. So one of the things that most often can be challenging that we'll hear from students is timeliness of response. So we just want to really make sure that you have what you need to be successful as faculty members teaching for us in our program. That if things come up, or something would detract you from your presence in the course, that you would please reach out to me as program director, and we'll come up with a solution or a plan to sort of help out. But we really value, and students notice when we're not present, and again, we're not a sort of independent program. We don't have students work at their own pace. We really pride ourselves in the whole idea around engagement in the teaching and learning environment. So one of the things that we like to remind people about is our communication structure. So if you happen to have an issue, for example, with a student or some kind of issue that might come up, please reach out to me as program director. We also have a full-time program advisor, Gina Montello. She works very closely with our students to ensure that they complete the program in a timely manner. We also, the MED program falls under the graduate programs in the School of Education, and Dr. Lucarelli is chair of our graduate programs. But as program director, please start with me if you have any issues. If you are having issues with a student struggling, for example, in your course, please reach out to Gina, our program advisor, and our contact information I'll be sharing with you on another slide. But I think it's important, especially if you're new to our program or you're not familiar with St. Scholastica or the School of Education. I think it's good to have a little bit of a reminder, where do you go and who do you turn to for help if you need it, for example. One of the things we like to share is our academic progress report reminder. So If you have an experience where a student is, struggling in your course, please use the student academic progress report. It really is just a paper trail for us to track and keep track of students and their reporting, their progress. You should share this with Gina, our program advisor, who then keeps me abreast of students' progress or if they're struggling. But, if you have questions or you kind of feel like, some people see that and think, student academic progress report, that seems really formal, and I don't know if I want to, take that step. Just reach out. If you have a sense, if a student goes MIA in your course, we definitely want to know about it sooner than later. So it's really important that the communication piece is there. And the student academic progress report is our college's way to systematize tracking our students' academic progress. So that's there for your use. If hopefully you won't need to use it, but if you do, that would be the form you'd use. One of the things that the Master of Education degree program offers students is what we call a study buddy scholarship. And this is more really than a scholarship that we offer students. It's really deeply rooted in our philosophy and our approach to the way we as a program think about teaching and learning. So the buddy scholarship allows students to come in together, and it really, really sort of works to break down that sort of working in isolation or silo approach, and that we really encourage collaboration with students. So you may have study buddies in your class, and where it seems appropriate or where it seems fitting, that students may have an opportunity to work together. That option is not just for study buddies, though. I want to make that clear that, if there's an opportunity for you to, have collaborative assignments, and some of our courses do have those built in, that students can work in partners. That's sort of, part of our approach, is that we really believe in that learning. You might be online, but you're not alone, and that we really want to model and reinforce the idea of collaboration and working collectively with people and our colleagues. So lastly, I just want to share on this final slide our contact information. So Dr. Lucarelli, again, is chair of our graduate education programs, where she can be reached at this email. Myself, Amy Bergstrom, I serve as the director of the Master of Education program. So if you have any questions, challenges, or things that you might need, we're committed to your success as a faculty member in our program. Please reach out to me. And then Gina Montolino, who is our program advisor, contact is on here as well. And she is your first point of contact for student, any kind of student, issues or questions. And she works real closely to ensure that our students are on track and timing, completing the program in a timely manner. So that sort of sums it all up very quickly. Thank you for taking the time to watch the video. And if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. Thank you so much. And again, thank you for working with our students.